Welcome, and thank you for agreeing to serve as an enroller for the 2021 Community Campaign. This campaign will serve three purposes. One, renew and expand our annual Friends of Scouting campaign. Two, have personal conversations with donors to inform them of what is happening with Scouting locally and ask for their financial support. And three, inform donors of the upcoming Major Gifts Capital campaign that will be planned for the future. Your leadership on this campaign is greatly appreciated. "2020 was very challenging for Scouting, but we've continued to affect lives of youth throughout the 15 counties in South Central Minnesota and continue to instill the values of the Scout Oath and Law in young people. We have continued to support local units in providing them with programming for youth. Scouting quickly pivoted on how program was offered. Some highlights include 185 merit badges have been earned from our council in the spring of 2020 during the statewide stay-at-home orders, including 19 taking salesmanship, 32 taking digital technology and gardening, 26 graphic arts, 19 American business, 20 law, 11 fishing, and 26 art. We hosted our first ever virtual camporee last spring where Scouts participated from home. Scouts had 36 programs that they participated in 6 different experience areas. They were asked to do at least 10 activities with at least one activity in each area. We even had a virtual campfire, including skits and songs. Online STEM camps were held two in the spring and 2 in the fall. Program kits were mailed to each Scout's home where the instructor, a science teacher from Mankato West High School, led experience online with Scouts. We had 75 Cub Scouts participate in this activity. The stay-at-home orders hit right before the annual Scouting for Food campaign. Scouts did not throw in the towel. We went online and raised over $6,500 supporting 18 different food banks. This was enough to purchase approximately 78,300 pounds of food. We were not able to run Camp Cuyuna summer camp this year, but ran 2 weeks at Northland and 1 week at Camp Cedar Point, over 50 daytime summer adventures. We had 3 or 4 adventures each day, and these merit badge classes were taken by 150 different Scouts, over 400 merit badges were earned. This meant that the average Scout participated in 3.5 programs. We had a wide variety of offerings, including first-year Scout programs, shooting sports programs, rock climbing, science, nature, and more. Scouting in the fall of 2018, girls could join the Cub Scout program, and then in the spring of 2019, girls could join Scouts BSA. Since that time, 205 girls have joined in 31 packs throughout the council. These girls are in separate dens than the boys. We have 39 girls in troops, which are either all boy or all girl troops. We have all girl troops in Mankato, St. Peter, Redwood Falls, and Sherburne, and should have our first female Eagle Scout this year. The Twin Valley Council has balanced a budget there in 2017, 18, and 19. In 2020, we ran a deficit due to COVID-19, but fortunately have the resources necessary to cover the shortfall without going into debt. In 2019, we did a capital campaign to remodel the kitchen and bathroom facilities at Camp Northland. And in 2020, amongst the pandemic, we did a capital campaign to purchase a skid steer at Camp Cuyuna. We accomplished these campaigns by expanding our circle of influence to new donors in our council. We have almost qualified for a $75,000 matching grant from the Otto Bremer Foundation for new and increased giving. We would like to take the same approach to the Friends of Scouting campaign in 2021 and also our Major Gifts campaign in the future. Each of you are asked to have 5 people for a donation. We ask at 3 of these meetings with existing donors and 2 with new donors, thus helping expand our circle of influence. Not via phone call, but in person, if possible, during this time of COVID-19, but we ask that you respect the comfort level and wishes of the donor. This meeting will be to inform donors of what is happening in Scouting, tell them about the plans we are considering with the Major Gifts campaign, and ask them for a donation in 2021. If you have not already done so, we ask that before you leave today, you select 5 to 10 names from the previous contributors, as well as 3 to 5 people not currently donors, that you will be willing to call. You will only be asked to meet with 5 people, but want additional prospects in case more than one person chooses the same prospect. The staff will deliver these pledge cards to you prior to February the 4th. We will have our first report meeting on February 25th. This will be a chance for all of us to report on progress and update each other on the status of the campaign. Our goal is to complete by March 25th and have a victory celebration. Unlike most fundraising campaigns, we are not announcing a particular monetary goal we are trying to reach. We want to focus instead on talking to donors about scouting, informing them of the great things we do for youth, letting them know about the needs we have and the avenues they can donate, and increase our circle of influence. Some of our funds raised will go to operations, Friends of Scouting, some will go to capital needs, and some will go to endowment in the future. Scouting is a partnership between volunteer and professional leadership. The professional staff in our council is tasked with recruiting, training, organizing over 500 volunteers at the unit level, the neighborhood level, and the council level. We work together to recruit youth and parents into scouting, support units through training and program planning, provide supplemental to units programming through our camps and weekend programs. Without operational support, scouting would cost about $1,000 per year per scout in the Twin Valley Council. About 200 of this comes from our annual popcorn sale. Another 220 comes from camping fees, activity fees, and scout shop sales. About $65 comes from investment earnings from our endowment fund, and $14 comes from United Way. This leaves about $500 per youth that needs to be raised through Friends of Scouting, foundations, special events, and other income sources. Special events and sponsorships are a great way for donors to support scouting by participating in an event. We have sponsorship opportunities for each of these events with levels from $250 to $5,000. We have provided you a booklet that has some of these sponsorship opportunities within your packet. The board recently completed a case for support for a major gifts campaign. The largest part of this campaign is to grow our endowment so that our investment portion of the income becomes a much larger portion of the pie. For example, $1 million endowment for Camp Cayuno will generate about $40,000 annually to upgrade facilities, add programs, pay staff, and train camp staff, etc. A $500,000 endowment for both Northland and Cedar Point would generate $20,000 for maintenance and operational cost. For example, Northland operationally loses about $8,000 per year. This endowment could eliminate that deficit and have $12,000 each year for maintenance and program enhancements. What should I ask for? Well, it depends on the donor. What are their interests? Could we increase these donations by asking for a particular item? Don't forget about operations and Friends of Scouting, but a donor may also have an interest in a special event, endowment, capital campaigns over and above their Friends of Scouting gift. It is now time to work with your vice chairs to select prospects that you wish to contact. Please fill out the enroller form and back and turn it in. You have been supplied a list of current donors in the Mankato area, along with the list of known Eagle Scouts to assist in this process. We ask that you select people you personally know. Once you choose the prospects, we will review and issue so no one is contacting the same person. We will get you a packet by the February 4th, which include a pledge card and the giving history of the prospects you have chosen. If you have any questions, please contact Ray Brower at 507-514-3922 or ray.brower, BRAUER, @scouting.org.